Hi everyone, this is Barbara with My Yogic Path, and today is Chakra Saturday. And this month of June, we are focusing on our fifth chakra, the throat chakra or Vishuddha. And the books I reference are the Practice of the Yoga Sutra, Santanapada, as interpreted by Pandit Tiganaya from the Himalayan Institute. My training is in the Himalayan tradition. And then we have Moving Inward from Ralph Sovic, which I will follow that for our relaxation and meditation. And we have this great mudra book for healing and transformation. And today, I hope I have it marked, we have a couple mudras. So I welcome you to come to your mat in Sukhasana or sitting on a chair, whichever you prefer. The two mudras that we have work with our throat chakra, Vishuddha, to open it up. And this is a route to our spirituality. It is the top half of our chakras, our throat, third eye, and our crown. As always, if anything hurts when you're doing this practice, please come out of that pose and don't do it. Also, if you have any medical issues, then please speak with the doctor who will clear you for any type of exercise, including yoga, and feel free to, send me a little note if you would like to refine your classes a little bit to fit your needs. This is your practice, so do what your body is telling you to do as you follow instructions and take some precautions. Okay. Well, that's my commercial for today. The fifth chakra is your throat chakra, the Vishuddha. It is the center of your compassion, mercy, judgment, and confession. All of these things are found in the choices that we make. As we are growing up, I think this chakra forms around 7 years to a little bit older. We bring things into this life with us, I believe, from our past life. We also are raised from our parents who give us lots of rules and regulations that keep us safe, but sometimes they restrict our creativity, our spirituality, our right to choose. And this practice and this focus this month on this fifth chakra, our throat chakra, includes our neck, our jaw, our ability to listen, and our ability to speak our truth. And to remember, always with ahimsa, always with kindness, nonviolence towards ourselves. Give yourself a break. And nonviolence with other people, in the sense that everyone has their own truth. Some people think that their truth is the truth, but we all have our own truth to follow in this life. So when we release this fifth chakra, our throat chakra, we release our creativity, our desires. We understand what we are working for, why we are here. And we learn to listen to ourselves and to what we need to listen to. And we learn to speak our truth and to live our life and enjoy it, as we all have that right. So the color is blue, so maybe try and incorporate blue into your June wardrobe. And I would just like to introduce the mudras. The Vishuddha mudra, gesture of purification. This focus is on purity. It's also on satya, which is truthfulness, so that we can be truthful to ourselves and speak our truth. There is a constraint on this mudra in case you have any kind of hypertension or problems with your thyroid, which is also a result of the restraints that we put on our speaking our truth. And you can do a softer version of this Vishuddha mudra. But we take our thumbs and we press them on the inside of the lowest part of our ring finger. And all of our fingers are pointing forward, the other fingers. With this, our thumb with the ring finger pressing towards each other, resting on our thighs. A softer version would be just to, let me make sure I tell you the right one. Is the Shunya mudra. And that is where we hold on to our middle finger with our thumb and leave the other fingers forward. It's not as tight as the Vishuddha mudra. So for those of you who want to do either holding your middle fingers down, resting them on your thighs, or pressing your thumbs into the bottom part of your ring finger with all of the other fingers pointing forward, shoulders are back. Our neck is level with the floor. Our knees are lower than our hips. And as you breathe in and out, inhaling and exhaling our 5-point breath, which is deep and smooth and silent. Our breath is even. Our inhale matches our exhale. And our breath is continuous. We inhale and then immediately go into the exhale. At the end of the exhale, there's no pause. We go right back into an inhale. And as we inhale, our belly rises, we nourish. And as we exhale, our belly flattens, belly button to the spine, exhaling what we no longer need, stale energy. As we sit here in this mudra, notice your breath. And can you feel your breath going up the sides of your neck? Not sending it there, but just focusing where the breath is going with our hands in this position. Opening ourselves up to our heart's desires and knowing that we have the right to ask for what we want. The chant or the mantra for the throat chakra is Ham, H-A-M. So I invite you to take a deep breath, and on the exhale, we can chant Ham together. And during this practice, maybe chant Ham in different positions. So inhaling nice and deep. Ha. I invite you to come into Makarasana as I move these things away. Lying on your belly, on your mat, stretching out so that your abdomen is pressed along the mat. And as you inhale and exhale, you feel your breath. You strengthen your diaphragm as it pushes against the floor. So squish into the floor. Move that blanket if you were sitting on one. Your arms are crossed in front of you. Each hand is on the opposite elbow. And lying into the mat, feeling that engagement. Your feet are relaxed, pointing in or out if that's more comfortable. And bring the arms in just a little bit so that your chest is up off the floor in a comfortable position. And resting your forehead straight down into your crossed arms. And returning to your breath, keeping your head down. Feel your breath push, your belly push against the mat, and your breath coming up around the sides of your body to your back. And on the exhale, your belly flattens. And as you sit here, think about an intention that you'd like to offer for this class today. And notice that the mat and all around the mat is your space. And you can relax into this space and take this time for you to start your day. So on your own breath, that 5-part breath, noticing the strengthening of your diaphragm as your belly pushes towards the floor. relax here and get ready for your practice by breathing diaphragmatically. Then inhaling, bringing your hands under your shoulders, pushing yourself up, bringing your toes together. We'll come into child's pose, sitting back on our heels and stretching forward, feeling that stretch from your fingertips up through your shoulders and down your back to your root. If you can, place your head on the floor. If you can't, you can put a block under your head or bring your arms back. And pushing yourself up into a table position. Inhale for cat-cow, belly drops, hips come up and chin comes up. Stretching out that spine. On your exhale, we're rounding our back. Feel the stretch there. Good. Chin to chest. Pulling up on our pelvis. Inhale. Belly drops, chin comes up, hips up. Good. Being careful of those wrists. Maybe your wrists are even or parallel to the short side of your mat. And turning in those eyes of your elbows to look at each other. And with your own breath, do some cat-cows here, following your breath. Being careful not to lean onto your wrist, especially if you have a problem with your wrist. You can always put a block under your hands to take some pressure off. Then placing your left hand in front of we'll place our right hand under our face, taking this left hand and twisting from our waist. bringing that left arm up and looking up if that's okay for your neck. If not, looking in front of you, finding a non-moving spot always to look at about 5 feet in front of you. Feeling that twist in your spine. Making sure that you're still breathing that 5-part breath and noticing where your breath is going, sending it to parts of your body that might need some extra nourishment today. Exhaling, bringing that arm back down, placing the left hand under your face, turning from your waist, bringing that right arm up. Looking at that hand, always trying to do the same thing on both sides for balance. Good. Then coming up into hero's pose, sitting back on your heels. Good job. Shoulders over your hips, head back. Inhale our arms up and exhale our right arm up past our to the left side, a little bit in front of that right ear. Feeling that stretch, elongating from our fingertips to our hips. And breathing, our left hand is on the mat. Inhaling up, exhaling, right hand to mat, left hand comes up over your left ear. Feeling that stretch, not falling into it, shoulder away from your ear. A good way to wake up that 5th chakra is to sing. Sing in the tub, sing in the shower. Chant, hum during the day. Inhale, coming back up. We'll come back into table. And when you're ready, curl your toes. Hands are either on blocks or into the mat. Lifting our hips for our first downward dog. And alternating, stretching back on each heel towards the mat. Stretching out those calves and thighs. And then coming to stillness. Hips are pointed towards the ceiling. Heels coming towards the mat. Feeling that stretch from your hips up through your torso, through to the crown of your head. Your neck is relaxed. Then walking your hands up to meet, or your feet up to meet your hands. We'll meet on the exhale into a forward fold. Feet are hip width apart. Keeping our back, our spine straight up through our crown. You can also put your hands on their blocks. Relaxing our neck and looking through the bottom of our legs. Inhale, hands to shin, heads pointed towards the wall in front of you for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You can even hold on to your legs. You can bend your knees if you need to. And we're hinging from our hips. And then slowly come up and we will meet into Dasana. So, one thing with our throat chakra, we want to work on our joints and glands, create some space for a free flow of energy as we inhale prana and exhale stale energy. So we'll rock back and forth on the blades of our foot, that second toe back to your heel, finding your balance. Your pelvis is neutral, shoulders up and back away from your ears, and your shoulder blades point towards each other. We're in mountain pose, Tadasana. Chin is parallel to the floor. For some extra balance, you can close your eyes. Then inhaling, our neck, or we're looking ahead. Exhale, our chin to our right shoulder, doing some neck work. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, following your breath. Do a few more of these at your breath. Then taking your hand onto your right shoulder, your left hand on your right shoulder, we'll bring our ear to our left shoulder, pressing down on our right shoulder. Feel that stretch along the side of your neck. Hold on. Okay, sorry guys. I always have some kind of alarm on. Okay. Come back to, oh, that was fun. Right hand on left hand on right shoulder. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder while gently pressing down on your right shoulder. Inhale up, taking our right hand to our left shoulder, and on the exhale, bringing our right ear to our right shoulder. Taking a few breaths here. And exhaling our arm down. Exhaling our chin to chest. And inhale up. Being careful not to overstretch that back of your neck. Good. Remembering your intention. Good. Bringing our arms out in front of us. Exhaling, we squeeze our hands. our fingers together into a fist. Inhaling, stretch those fingers out. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Exhale. And inhale. And making a gentle fist, we'll rotate our hands outward for a little wrist work. And then in the opposite direction. Good job. Stretching ourselves out. Checking our knees. Hands to hips. We'll do a hip roll from our hips like we're sitting in a barrel and wiping out the insides with our hips. Working with our breath and going in the opposite direction. Good job. Then inhale, let's bring this right knee up and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can also use a dowel or a chair if you need to hold on. Then bringing all that weight again to the left foot. Let's bring that right foot forward and back. Waking up these glands. You can even incorporate your arms. Looking at that non-moving drishti. Good. Then maybe coming across in front of you. Good job. Placing both feet out on the floor. We'll start with the left knee up and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Oops, reground. Make sure that your stationary foot is grounded before the opposite foot leaves the floor. Bring your leg back and forth. You can incorporate your hands and that drishti. Then in front of you, left to right. Good job. And shake it out. And just check. Okay. Our arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's grab that big toe and maybe a little bit under. And as we push towards our fingers, we'll pull up on our toes, hinging from our hips, relaxing our neck, and feeling that stretch in our legs. Inhale, pulling up, and exhale, relaxing. Inhale up and exhale. Bringing our hands out and coming into a plank. We're over our wrist. Good. Exhale to forward downward facing dog. And inhale forward. We'll do a flow here. Sending breath to our throat chakra, keeping our throat open. If you like, you can take some blocks to create some distance between you and the mat. If you have really short arms, then bringing that right leg up and bringing it in between your hands. Good. Stretching that back foot back. The back leg is straight, foot is flat on the mat. Right knee is over the right ankle. We're in a runner's lunge. Noticing our breath. You can do this holding onto a chair. Inhale up to our thigh. And then inhale, upward salute. Opening up that chest, our heart, our throat. Maybe chanting hum. Exhaling, back down, hands to mat. Bringing that right foot back to meet the left foot. Then Ashtra Pranam, knees, chest, chin. Up to upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Bringing that left foot up between your hands. Stretching back with that right foot, leg. Right foot is 45 degrees out, pressed into the mat. Our left foot is, our left ankle is under our left knee. Good. Elongating that spine, pressing out through the crown of your head for runner's lunge. Inhaling up to your knee. And then inhaling up to warrior one. And let's take some nice deep breaths here. Maybe gazing up where your wall meets your ceiling. Good, bringing your hands back down. Taking that left foot back to meet the right. Then knees, chest, chin, keeping those arms tucked in beside your body. And coming up, lifting up your body into upward facing dog. Keeping your neck nice and long. Good. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Then bring your hands up, your feet up to meet your hands. And forward fold. And then slowly coming up to halfway lift. Then inhaling all the way back up to upward salute. Good. Good job. So let's shake this out a little bit. We'll do a wide legs, toes pointed forward. Inhaling our arms up to a 5-pointed star. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale our arms up. We'll hinge from our hips. And we'll come, keeping a flat back, to rest on the floor. To your hands to the floor. And being careful that your neck is in line with your spine. And concentrating on that pelvic area now. As you exhale, let's squeeze all of the breath out, bringing that pubic bone up towards your belly button. Good. And when you inhale, release, your belly drops. Then stretching those feet out a little bit more. You can bring a block over. Keeping that back nice and straight. Coming down to the block or the mat. Bending them elbows out. Again, being mindful of your pelvis and your core on the exhale. Inhale, coming back. And move with this block. Bringing those feet back together a little bit. And then on the exhale, walking your hands over, placing one hand on either side of that left leg. And now bending into that left leg. Feeling the stretch coming up your right leg. Inhale, straighten your left leg, coming back to center. Exhale, walking over. Both hands on either side of the right foot. Bending into this right knee and feeling that stretch down the left side of your leg. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Slowly coming up. Then alternating, bending your knees. Your feet are pointed out. Back is nice and long. Good. Pulling up on the pelvis. Good. Then walking your feet back together. Shaking out your hands under your legs. Arms up. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Place that right hand under your face and bringing either your knee down or both feet together or legs together and twisting from the waist, bringing that left hand up, feeling the length between the right hand and the left hand, and lifting that left leg for a balance. Looking at a drishti. You can look up at that left hand or keep your neck straight or look down. Good. Exhale, bring that left leg down. Bring this right hand around to the left hand to the floor. Now coming back into downward facing dog. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling to dog. Bringing that left hand in front. Bringing your both feet around or bending one knee. Rotating from your waist, bringing your right arm up. Fingertips pointed to the ceiling. Feeling the length between your left hand all the way up to your right. Elongating the sides of your body and your back. Good. Bringing that right leg up, for an arm balance. You can look up or you can look at your drishti. Returning to your breath. On the exhale, bringing that right foot down, your right arm comes around. Sitting back on your heels for child's pose. Good job. And turn around this way. You can stay where you're at. Good. We're back into table. Coming into a plank, lifting your knees or leaving your knees on the floor. Lowering yourself down. Tops of your feet are flat on the mat. Arms come back beside you. Your chin is rested on the mat. Inhale, coming up. And exhale down. Maybe coming up and bringing your feet up. Bringing your arms up. Squeezing the top of your arms together with your shoulder blades pointed towards each other. Resting on top of your back. And exhale down. Inhale back up. Pulling up from our midsection. Feet are up, arms are up. Close to each other and chin is up. Opening that throat chakra. Hum. Hum. Noticing your breath. Exhaling back down. Good job. Bringing your hands under your shoulders and bringing them in. Pushing yourself up. Taking your legs to the side. We will do a restorative twist. Wrap, either leaving that left leg long or bringing it underneath you. Bringing the right leg in, nice long spine. Then crossing the right foot over this left leg. Bringing your elbow to the outside of your right arm. Left elbow, right leg. And breathing into this, you can stay here, or you can bring that right arm behind you and twist in the direction of the bent leg. So we're twisting from our waist, chest, chin to the right. That right hand behind us is keeping us upright. And notice our breath and how our abdomen pushes into our thigh. Reminding our spine to stay nice and long. And if you're here without twisting, then just take, on the inhale, you will expand or pull up on your body, your torso, and then relax a little bit on the exhale. Inhale, pulling up, and exhaling. Then releasing it by bringing your right hand around your right leg, lowering your left arm and stretching out both legs. Then crossing that right foot or leaving it out in front of you. Bring the left leg in. Left foot comes over the right leg. We're nice and straight for those of you who don't twist. Inhale and elongate your spine up through your crown. Relax neck. And then exhale, release. Inhale, we nourish. And exhale, we release. Otherwise, inhale your left arm behind you, putting your right elbow on the outside of your left leg and twisting to the left towards that bent knee. Nice long torso. The left hand is reminding you to keep your back straight, opening that throat chakra. Maybe chanting hum, hum. Breathing even and smooth. And releasing the right arm. Inhaling back to center if you're not there, and uncrossing your legs. Good. Shaking your legs out. Good job. Go into pigeon, coming into our table, into downward facing dog. Then bringing that right foot up in front of us, stretching that left foot back. The right foot will try and point our toes up towards our knees. You can stay here, feeling the stretch in your right hip. Opening that hip up. Opening your throat by staying in this position. Or you can come down to dolphin arms, relaxing the back of your neck. Or you can bring your arms forward and your head to the mat. Whatever works for you. And sending some fresh prana, new energy into that right hip. Inhaling, bringing your wrist under your shoulders, a little bit forward. We'll uncross that right leg. We'll stretch it out in downward facing dog. Then bringing that left foot across our body, stretching out that back, that right foot, left toes pointed up. Staying here, opening our throat in line with our spine. Or coming into dolphin arms, being careful of your knees here. Or forward onto the mat. And this hip doesn't come down. You might want to put a block under there. Or a blanket so you're rooted. Feeling the stretch now in your left hip. Nice long back. Whatever you did on one side, try and do the same thing on the other. Inhaling, coming back into downward facing dog, and let's stretch out those legs. Then coming down on your knees, lowering to your chest. Coming up, stretching back into child's. Making sure that your bottom touches your heels. Then coming up, bringing our legs around, we'll come onto our back for the Karina, which is inverted pose, up the wall. First, we'll come with our legs bent, lying down, bringing our knees into our chest and rocking back and forth. Good. Bending our left leg, grabbing onto our right toe, stretching out our right leg, bringing that right foot over to the right. If it does not come down to the floor, maybe placing a blanket there. You can also straighten this leg if you like. I like it bent. Try and keep them shoulders flat on the floor. Then bringing this foot back up. Bringing our nose up to meet that knee. Good. You can also do this with the strap. Release your right leg down, keeping that back on the floor throughout this. Right leg is bent, holding on to our left toe. Bring that blanket over here. Shoulders remain on the floor. On the exhale, bringing your left foot down to meet the blanket. Shoulders are flat on the mat. This also is easier for people with long arms. Bringing that foot back up, holding onto that toe. Good. Maybe bringing your nose up to meet your knee. Stretching it out. Releasing that foot down. Windshield wipering your legs. Good. Then we'll rock back and forth, rocking out our lower back. Then bringing our feet to the floor. Grab your block. Placing that block in between your legs. We'll come into bridge. This block will remind you to keep those knees separated. On the inhale, Bringing our hips up, coming up towards our shoulders. Shoulders are on the mat. And then exhaling down. On the inhale, as we come up, we squeeze on that block a little bit, engaging our pelvis. And then exhaling back down. Good. Inhale up, pull up on our pelvis, that perineum, bringing our pubic bone back towards our belly, our navel, and taking some breaths here. Then exhaling back down. We'll remove the block. And we can either do up the wall without the block or place that block under our sacrum for support it. And then bring our legs up. And we'll work our ankles a little bit, going out, forward and back, coming in. Good. Then finding stillness, opening up our throat, maybe chanting hum. The vibrations from these mantras are going towards the chakra that we are working on. Each one has their own sound. And each one makes its own vibration. Feeling all of the fluids in our body going in the opposite direction. I'm resting here a minute. And when you've had enough, you can lower your legs and come into whatever posture you want to end up in for meditation. But we will go into Shavasana right now, which will lie on our back. I'm sitting up, you're lying on your back. Pressing your whole body into the mat. Your feet are comfortably apart and they're pointed out or in. And also your palms are up and you are lying. I'll lie down with you for a minute. Those palms are up and your arms are about 15 inches away from your body, wherever you're comfortable. And you're melted into the mat with your eyes closed, making any adjustments that you need to make before we get into our relaxation, where the stillness is the trick here. Not really a trick, but we want to be still during relaxation and focus on our breath. Yoga Sutra 2.1 is, yoga in action is composed of austerity, self-study, and trustful surrender to Ishvara. So as we saw in the secret of the Yoga Sutra, Samadhipada, human beings are the finest aspects of creation. Remember that. Our body and mind serve as a gateway to the boundless beauty, joy, and intelligence that is in us and is us. Yoga is the method we use to discover our inherent wealth, a subject expounded on in detail in the first chapter of the Yoga Sutra. There, the core of yoga sadhana is samadhi, the sublime state of mental purity and stillness. And that's what we practice here in relaxation and meditation. We go inside to understand and to contact that light within us, which will shine through our fifth chakra, our spiritual path, and to discover what it is that we want in life. So I'll walk you through a point-to-point breathing. So as you rest in corpse pose, allowing the body to become still, very still. Establish relaxed diaphragmatic breathing. Observing your breathing, exhale as if the breath is flowing from the crown of your head down to your toes. And inhale back to the crown of the head. Repeat this 2 to 5 times. Exhale, breath from your crown to your toes. Inhale from your toes to the crown of your head. Then we'll exhale from the crown down to the level of the ankles and inhale back from your ankles to your crown. Exhaling down to the level of your knees. And inhaling back up to your crown. Your breath remains even. Exhale down to the base of your spine. And inhale back up to the crown. Exhale down to your navel center. And inhale back to your crown. Exhale down to the level of your heart, that sternum, that center of your chest. And inhale back up to your crown. Exhale down to your throat, the sides of your throat, the back of your neck. And inhale back up to your crown. We'll do another one, exhaling to your throat and inhaling back up to your crown, opening up that throat chakra. Then we'll exhale to our jaw, which is part of our throat chakra. Relaxing that jaw, our tongue. And inhaling back up to our crown. Then we'll breathe back and forth between the crown and the eyebrow center. Shorter space, same long, smooth breath. Refining the breath and resting. We'll do this 5 times from our third eye up to our crown. And then our crown back to our third eye. Inhale, third eye to crown. Exhale, crown to third eye. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll reverse the order and descend. We'll descend first to the throat center. Then to the heart center. Exhale into the navel center. Exhale into the base of your spine. And exhale into your knees. And exhale into your ankles. And exhale into your toes. Finish by breathing through your whole body. Let your exhalations flow downward as if the breath is a wave flowing through the soles of the feet and onto infinity. And as you inhale, your breath flows upwards towards your crown and through the crown, through the top of your head and into infinity. Repeating this a few times, exhaling from above your head all the way down your body and out your toes. Then inhaling into your toes and all the way up through to your crown to infinity. So you're in the center of this infinite wave of prana, healing prana. Let your breathing remain deep and feel the breath as you relax your body, your mind. We'll relax here for a few breaths. Knowing that you deserve this hour, you deserve this time to yourself. We've created some space to get our juices flowing and to get ready for your meditation, to look inside for that spark inside your body that's telling you what your body needs you to do, what your mind needs you to do. We'll start to deepen our breath and bring some movement back into our bodies. Start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching out your neck. Reaching up over your head and pressing towards the wall in front of you with your heels. Maybe hugging your knees into your chest and rocking back and forth, rocking that lower back awake. And when you're ready, gently coming over onto one side in sleeping baby pose, which is like a fetal position. And rest here for a second. Noticing how your body feels and remembering your intention from the beginning of this practice. So when you're ready, pressing down into the floor with your top hand and bringing yourself up into a seated position quietly, staying within either to a chair or to your seated position on the mat. Nice long back, coming back to a relaxed breath. Bringing your hands to heart center. I thank you for coming to this practice. Please remain here as long as you wish so that you can go into your meditation. The teacher and student in me honors the teacher and student in all of you. Remember to sing and chant and enjoy your week and get to know yourself. We'll be back next Saturday for another throat chakra practice. Namaste.